What's up, YouTube fans? Today we're going to take a look at the DX9 Atilla, their version of a masterpiece Menasor. So here are all the bots you need in order to form Atilla. We have the vehicle modes, both the legs and the arms already in their vehicle modes, the robots in their vehicle modes. And then we have the trailer here, Capone. And we're going to show you how to transform them. These are relatively simple, so we'll do those in a little bit. But let's start off with the trailer, and we'll go from there. Now, if you haven't already seen my review of this figure separately, then go ahead and you can click the info tab there to see. But we're going to get this guy transformed right away. So go ahead and pop this panel open. You can fold that back. It'll allow you to take this and separate the trailer from the cab. For this cab, you're going to take this, flip this around, come to the bottom here. We're going to unpeg these, fold that in, fold this over. I'm going to take these and just fold those out for now. This entire thing, and then fold these panels in. This entire thing is going to come down, and I do have a little bit of foam in here, and that's just to protect this surface here. You don't have to have that, but I'm just doing that for good measure. This is going to come down, and you can see there's two side view mirrors here. Those are going to tab into the side right here. And then that's going to kind of hold it together. So make sure you get those in. Make sure they actually meet up. We'll do the same thing on this side. There we go. And then give it a good squeeze. Make sure it's all pushed together. Take these are just going to accordion back and sit on the back like this. Right? They don't tab in or anything, they just kind of sit. So this is ready for combined mode. Alright, now we'll take care of the trailer, and the trailer works best if you work on the bottom half and then the top half. The arms and head are up in here, the legs are on here. So we're going to start with the legs. That's just going to be the easiest way to get this to go. So go ahead and take this panel here, fold that up. Same on this side. Come to the bottom here. We're going to unpeg these. These are just sitting on the inside. And we'll try to get everything on camera. Hopefully it's actually showing. You can just bring these around and get them pegged in. We can unpeg, actually before we peg these in, fold this up, now peg these in to the sides. You can take the whole thing and fold these up. That's going to make the inside of the legs. Now we can take these legs, open up these panels here for the hip skirts. And that'll allow you to take these and open up these, and on the bottom as well, don't forget about those. Now we can separate the legs and bring those out to the side. And you can see they kind of split in the middle there. Go ahead and take this foot, fold that down so you can get that out of the way and rotate that. Same on this one, fold that down and then rotate it. Now that's going to give us some room to work on these. And actually you can straighten up these toes as well since we're down here. Go ahead and straighten up those toes, and now we can work on the legs properly. So these panels have to come out, and it may be tricky, so you might need a spudger or something like that. But basically get these popped out. You can actually put a finger in here, pop that out. And that's going to allow you to take this entire thing and slide the leg up like that. Straighten up that leg, and then push this back down, and that's going to actually hold the leg up. Go ahead and stick a finger through, fold this up, pull down on the leg so it slides up. And once you get it in, lock it in like that, and straighten up the knee. Now we can push these hips down. You can see there's a slot right there. So you want to push them both up, and they should really just click in at the top on both sides. So make sure you click that in. Right. And then we got to rotate these legs since they're the wrong way. So you can see the front there. That's going to be the front. We'll straighten up this foot. Same on this side. Rotate this. It's a very tight ratchet to the front. All right. Now these panels that were sitting on the side, go ahead and open those up. And that's going to complete the front of the leg. So get this pegged in here. Same on this one. Open this up. Get this pegged in here. And we can angle these feet a little bit. All right, now let's work on the upper body. This panel actually has to be removed, but if it's already removed, then that's great. These can be folded down for the side skirts, hip skirts. And so same on this side, get that panel out. And that's going to release all of this. So take this, accordion it back and then forward like that. And we got to undo all of this. So go ahead and take the wheels, those are going to fold to the back like that. Come to the back here. Open up this door, fold that to the inside. And then we got to undo this panel here. It kind of slides out, so it's pegged on the bottom. And then we're going to slide that whole thing out. Same on this one. And once you get those out, you can kind of fold this open. That'll give you a little bit of room to work. But basically, take this panel, fold this to the inside, pull these out on sliders, and then close this down on the inside. Right, and just leave those there. I mean, you can just set them there, but there's the head, you can see. So let's take care of these arms. So go ahead and unpeg them from the inside. And hopefully I've got this all on camera. Pretty challenging to show. Fold this down, rotate here, and that's going to allow you to have the arm down. So you can rotate, just keep that down for now. And then pull the hand out. Same on this side. Rotate this around, straighten up the arm, pull the hand out. And now these are going to come to the side of the body. Just straighten this up. And it's a little bit awkward, not because it's hard to do, but because I'm behind the camera. Right, so come to the back here, lift up this panel. These are going to fold to the inside and sit like this, but we do need to get these bottom panels up as well. So open up these black panels down here, fold these upwards, and then fold the black panels in and they tab into the front. Right there. And popped out a couple times. On the inside, there's two tabs here. They're going to fit into the side of these pieces here. So right here. Get those tabbed in. Relatively simple. Now we can take our little Motormaster block, and you can see there's two tabs here on the side, right? And on the side of the inside of the chest, or I guess the side, abdomen, you can see there's two tabs there. So that's where that's going to fit. This is going to sit onto the back. And then this piece on the bottom is just going to sit in this little rail right here. So get that all in there. And then line up those holes and get those in. They're very tight tabs. It holds very securely, so make sure you get all that squeezed in nice and secure, right? Oh, we got to close these panels before I do that. So make sure this panel is closed. Now we can close this up. And again, make sure you're hitting those pegs. There's actually a peg on the inside and the outside, so you got to make sure you get both. There we go. It's a very tight fit, so you just got to hold it before you push it. Hold this in and then push at the same time. And like I mentioned, it's very tight. All right, once you have those side pieces in, that's the main thing holding everything together. Now we can close these down. And there you go. There's the front of the chest. And now he is ready for some cars. So let's get those cars ready. We'll start with the arms since we're already up here looking at it anyways. So go ahead and take your dead end here And we're going to unpeg. Actually open up the door and unpeg these side pieces here. And what you want to do is just accordion this out. Right, so get that unpegged, accordion this outwards, and you need to slide it off this sliding joint. So this little piece right here is going to slide downwards. So get that slid off. You can see it came off pretty easy. Go ahead and push that back in and close up those doors again. Get that all back to normal. So there's your front half. For the back half, take these and fold these down. So here's the side of the arm. These are going to fit right here. There's two slots that go onto these two tabs, and then this hole right here is going to line up with that. So you kind of had to get it all lined up at the same time. It's hard to show you those tabs because they're inside. Get that lined up first and then do the tabs on the bottom. It's very nice and secure. Just like that, right? This one is a little bit different. So there's a slot right here. It's going to fit right there. It's going to go in and onwards. And that's really what's holding it. There's nothing else. So go ahead and take that, slot it in, slide it down. Right on this side, basically the same thing. Go ahead and open up. You have to take it apart a little bit. There's a little bit of untransformation here. And this one is going to slide downwards. Just make sure you've got these separated. Open this up. This is going to fold down. Open this up, rotate it around, fold these panels in, and that's going to sit right there. Don't put it all the way in. It just sits on top because there's a face in there. You don't want to scratch up its paint. So just put it in just lightly. Now we can pull down on this, and that's going to separate. Again, very easy, simple. Two slots, two tabs, and then this is going to fit into here. So get that first. And make sure your hand is rotated all the way down. Oh, and your exhausts have to be folded inwards. I already have them folded. There we go. These can stay closed. And then make sure you get the tabs on the front and the back. Those can be a little bit trickier, but looks like they went in. Okay, so there's the bottom half. Top half, same thing. Slider into the joint. And that's what's going to hold it on. There you go. Now here are the legs. They're a little bit trickier than the arms. So here are the two, and you can see this one's got a slot here that's going to match up with that hole, and then this one you need an extra piece. So this piece comes with the trailer. It was just in the box, but this is going to go in here and slide down. There's nothing really holding it. It's just friction, and that's part of the issue. The other thing is you have to get this tab out. Now I have it sticking out, but initially this is going to be flat against the surface. You're going to have a hard time getting this tab out. You just have to untransform the arms, basically untransform this, get in there, push that out. But I have it already pushed out. So there's that panel, all right? So fold this out, and that's going to make the receiving port for this. And then this is going to go in here. Now, because this doesn't have anything behind it, you need to stick your finger in there. So I recommend you open this up, open up this panel, and then put your finger in and get this lined up and pegged in. And then on the bottom, make sure it's lining up. You're going to have to look in the hole and kind of see. And it's very hard to show, but basically take a look. And if you got it lined up, go ahead and give that a nice push as far as it'll go. And then come back to here, take this, and close that up. Okay, so that's one leg. On the other side, it's similar, but not quite the same. Go ahead and open this up. You're going to take this panel, unpeg that from the bottom. That's going to fold down. And this is going to go inside of here. Actually, don't fold it down yet. It's going to go through here and then fold down inwards. Try to get it as far as you can, and this is going to sit here. Now, this peg is very loose. So I put a little bit of Kiki inside here just to give it a little bit more friction. There are some kits out there. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to find any of the kits, but there are kits to help secure this a little bit better. But this is the stock way it comes, so let's take a look like this. And again, you're going to need to put your finger in here. Make sure this goes through and sits inside of here. So go ahead and get this pushed in. Fold that tab down. get it as far in as you can and then line up the top hole. Now if it's not lining up, that's because the leg slid down. So once you get that lower tab in, pull this up and then tab that in. Close your door on the inside, and there are your legs. So let's take a look at the articulation. The head is on a pull-up joint here, so you can pull up there and that'll give you a little bit more down, a little bit of up, but much more down. It rotates all the way around. The ears do move in and out here. The shoulders are on a ratchet that go all the way around. They can hold straight out, so nice strong ratchets. Also go out this direction, so there's a joint, inner joint that's on friction, but then there's a ratcheted joint, so if you use both you can get it kind of up to there. This car starts to collide with the shoulder here if you get it too far up, but if you get it at a certain angle you can get it upwards past there. You have a rotation at the bicep, it's ratcheted. You have a ratcheted elbow, and it's also automorphing feature, so as you move it, it articulates and it moves this little silver piston here. So that's nice. They do move together, so there are two joints here, but because they're geared, you get them together. So let's see, 1, 2, there's 3 clicks. So you get 1 click there, 2, 3, 3 basically out of that elbow. Continuing down, you have hip skirts on the sides and on the front, 1 big hip skirt. These sometimes fold in on their own, but if you get it all out of the way, the leg can go forward up to there, and it holds its own weight, obviously. Back to here, hindered by the back hip skirt, which doesn't move out of the way, unfortunately. And then out to the side on friction, and it will hold itself. Nice tight joint there. And just FYI, the car is coming off. I have to kind of push it back on. Here's the back, by the way. I don't know if I showed the back. That's what he looks like. It's a little bit uncleanly over here, but I don't really care because it's on the back, right? So you're not going to see it. But there is the back. You have a rotation at the thigh. Really nice tight ratchet on that thigh. You have a 90-degree bend at the knee. And again, I mentioned this car constantly coming off. You have a ankle tilt, goes all the way up to there, a rotation at the foot, but no forward and backward tilt, but you don't really need it on this guy. And for size comparison, there it is next to the Zeta Toys Superitron. About the same size, actually a little bit taller, to be honest. The ears here go up to the top of the head here, so maybe an ear taller on this guy, but fits in just nice. And one more comparison, there it is next to the Toy World Constructor, almost identical size. I have them a little bit posed here, so it's not quite straight, but about the same size. Again, maybe just ears taller than Constructor. So final thoughts on the DX9 Attilla combined mode. Let's start with the positives. I think overall this thing looks big and badass and menacing. It really is a good combiner, especially when you put it next to other combiners like Toy World Constructor, Zeta Toys combiners, whether it's Superion or their Bruticus, or even the DX9 or Fans Toys versions of Omega. This really fits right in with all of those. I also like the way they did the engineering. It's very fun, easy, intuitive. Transforming this back and forth, I've done actually several times now, and it's never a chore. It's actually very fun. So I'm never going to put this back in the trailer mode because I don't need the trailer. I have the Fans Toys version for that. But this is a very fun and easy combiner. Even these robots on the sides and on the legs are fun, easy. So that's a huge advantage to this thing, is the ease of use. It also has some pretty good articulation. The elbows, due to the way they work, the auto morphing feature does limit the articulation a little bit, but it holds the poses. And that's what's really important for a combiner like this, is stability. What's not stable is these cars on the back of the legs. So those don't really work well. They kind of fall off a little bit, especially this one. This one stays okay. This one, and that's been an issue from the beginning, is it doesn't kind of sit very firmly. And so that's always an issue, is you're trying to messing with those, trying to make sure it doesn't fall off. Once you pose him, he's okay. but as you're posing him, those tend to come apart or come off, and that's a little bit frustrating. But that's really it for negatives. The car falling off is my main issue. They could have spruced it up or dressed it up a little bit with a little bit more paint. But other than that, that's really it. I highly recommend this. I think it's a great version of Menasor. I'm sitting here waiting for Fans Toys. And, you know, in the meantime, I slept on this. Now, granted, I did order this back in July of 2021. It's February 22 now. But that being said, I did sleep on this initially, and I definitely recommend this. It's a really nice looking, nice version of Menasor, and it's going to fit in perfectly with any Masterpiece shelf. Now, are the bot modes and the individual modes great? Not really. They don't really hold a candle, at least the cars don't really hold a candle to the Fans Toys version, or even the X-Transbots. I think that they did a good job as well. But the combined mode is a sure contender. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.